So here we are today, out in the middle of the country, somewhere, and we are helping a very lovely family just kind of get to the bottom of some energy in their space. They are going to stay off camera. That is for their comfort, and most of this case will be treated sort of as a confidential style investigation, but we will document some of my findings and my feelings, and we will document some of the meters if we get anything significant or relevant that we would want to document and share. But for the most part, our goal here is just to get some answers and to get some resolution for the family and give them some comfort and peace of mind. There are young children in this location, so they're the ones experiencing the majority of the activity, while the adults, whether they experience or not, or admit they experience it or not, are probably, it's a little bit different type of situation. I feel that there's a little more logic and pragmatism, and oh, that was probably just this, that was probably just that. A lot of trying to explain it, whereas the children are just like, yeah, no, that's that. That's what I'm seeing. That I'm seeing this thing, you know, come down the ceiling and go off to the side. You know, that they're having distinct experiences that are making them feel a little weird and uncomfortable. So I don't know if all the energy of the space is positive, if some of it's a little weird, might need a little balancing, but that's what the walkthrough is for and what I'd like to figure out. Some of what I felt initially just being here in the space, I did feel an older gentleman. I do feel something going on with his throat. The chest feels extremely heavy. The abdomen also feels problematic, so I don't know if there's a systemic illness, maybe cancer, or some other kind of health concern or some sort of thing going on with the body with him. But I do feel that he is just, you know, kind of wandering the space and almost maybe stands in doorways and kind of moves around the house. He could be shape-shifting, possibly, or, you know, he may just be kind of wandering the space because he's comfortable. Maybe he lived here before, owned the space before. But one of the claims that they did mention, one of the children said they saw a bug. I'm concerned about a potential elemental. I don't know, or it could be a soul just changing how it looks and presents to then trigger fear, which it either finds funny or it gains some sort of power from. So I'd like to find out what exactly is the intention. Is it just trying to be heard, or is it actually trying to do something more malicious? I do feel like some sort of trauma or blood spilled on the land. So I feel like there could have been some sort of, you know, something traumatizing or damaging on the land, loss of life, that kind of thing. There is also an older female that seems to be monitoring the situation here. She seems a lot more loving, a lot more positive, and she's kind of, she just kind of putzing around and just like really checking everybody, checking on everyone. And I feel like she may have had some sort of breathing problem and possibly something with the head going on. I don't know if like a memory issue or something with the brain. But she seems nice overall and very protective. So I'm not finding her to be a problem. But there seems to be a few different things. I just keep seeing I see a lot of just blood all over the land, and I don't know what that means. I don't know, like if there was sort of a massacre or a slaughter or just, I can't quite figure it out. But this gentleman, he's restricting my throat a lot and my breathing. I keep seeing something like slither out of a closet and then present right in front of a bed, like the end of a bed. And the way it's looking at someone is very weird. It's a very strange thing. And again, they may just be trying to be heard and recognized as part of this area, and they just want acknowledgement. But as we know, some souls, if they go long enough without being heard, they can get a little aggressive. And I think they're, you know, well, I just want to give these souls a little bit of their voice so then they can calm back down. And I would like to restore some balance in this home because I believe that they deserve it. So we'll see what we find. That resonated to you, yeah?
Yeah.
You can give me kind of a limited, abbreviated, like, so does it make sense to somebody who might have been in the space before, or somebody you know?
Someone I know.
Okay. Because it feels like that he's just like moving around the space, moving around the space. There's something else on this land though that's beyond, because the little old lady that I feel and the gentleman with the whole body cancer thing going on or something with the,
That's the one
you know,
that
yeah, he doesn't seem aggressive. There seems to be one or two other things that are hiding from me, which is weird.
We'll take a walk.
Yeah, there's some issues, man. There's some problems. But so maybe he's there to help, and maybe the older woman is here to help. But there's something that feels angry about the land, something coming up, almost bubbling up from the land that's a little fussy-ish. And then again, I don't know if it's purposely trying to be aggressive to you guys. I just think that it's got really bad manners and boundaries. Like it's not being polite. But yeah, we can work with the soul that's connected to you too, because I think that they really, they do try to help. They do try to keep balance in the space. And if there's something a little weird going on the land, they might feel more apt to be active. But we want to make sure they feel good about the space, because it doesn't feel like dark and oppressive. It just feels like maybe nosy and pushy, if that makes sense. But the land's angry about something, so I might want to do something to appease that. I don't know if it's necessarily going to bother you guys, but the land is annoyed, if that makes sense.
It does make sense in a way.
Okay, because there's something going on in this space. Okay. Gotta get to the bottom of it. That's cute. Mind your own biscuits and life will be gravy. That is adorable. Alright, let's go feel some vibes.
And just let me know if there's any rooms you don't want filmed. Okay. Alright.
There are like kids' pictures on this
Yeah,
wall.
we'll try to. Yeah, I can. Alright. Try to avoid that as much as possible.
Feels like a lot of intense dreaming. A lot of potent dreaming. Almost visitation style dreaming.
Are we talking about good dreams or nightmares?
I can't tell. My head hurts. A bad headache. A lot of head pain. Yeah, a lot of head pain. Just feel like stuff moves around a lot. Like, I just feel like there's like noises like that, not quite right. There's stuff that's shifting and moving. Let's go this way.
Yeah, I'm just gonna back out.
You're just gonna back out?
Yeah.
Alright. I assume that's just the laundry room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kiddo space. Don't step on any Legos or anything.
Don't trip on toys?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Had to navigate worse things than this.
No. It's a sign of children having fun. Okay, what is that? Uh-oh. Okay. That's weird. It's a weird feeling. Comes out of the closet. So it's weird. It's something kind of like I see like hand, fingers like coming out of the closet. Odd thing to do. Why Why would you do that? The older female does seem to be in here. It's almost like if I was here, like something like would move, like a bump, and like you could see something coming, also coming out from underneath the bed, like this weird. To me, I'm seeing a mist come out from underneath the bed. It's oh, that's very interesting. There's this this family. There's two young souls and a female. These are definitely Native American. They are for sure native spirits. They are attached to this area as well for some reason, and they are. Well, I'm glad my smudge kit contains some stuff that might honor that, because this female, she relates to like the child energy in the space. So because she has two young children of her own, and they're all reunited on the other side. I do feel like they died a little tragically, though. What is that thing? It's almost masculine, but it shapeshifts. This is some sort of weird shapeshifting thing that I'm not sure what it is. And again, I don't know that it necessarily means harm. It just, I don't even know if it cares that there are living people here. It's just, it's doing its thing. And I don't necessarily think it means to attack anybody, but the visual and auditory phenomena from this thing are a little weird. Weird is a good description. It is weird. I almost feel like I hear knocking, like knocking on stuff. I hear like knocking, like it's trying to get attention. The one gentleman with the throat and the chest and the stomach issue, he's getting more protective. He's just like, he's almost trying to like the old lady stands around here, but he like tries to stand like right here. He's the one that watches. Okay, so he's standing here watching them, trying to figure out like watch. There's a lot of watching from him. I don't know if they know. He knows them, so why doesn't... there's a weird disconnect there. Figure that out in a minute.
Back up. You get in the laundry room.
Well, I can look in there. I don't think there's really anything in there. Except for laundry.
Yeah.
This is a nice laundry room. I know.
Right?
This is fancy. Oh, look at the horse. Sorry, I got distracted. It's cute and I want to pet it. Oh, can I go pet the horse?
You can pet the horse.
That would make me feel happy and grounded. It is so cute.
That's Batman.
I see. I wonder if the animals see anything. If they notice stuff. Because I feel like that they might. Animals are very receptive. I feel like they might get spooked a little bit.
She says sometimes they seem a little off.
Off kilter, okay. Yeah, because I feel like they might get startled from time to time.
Feeling poorly right here?
It's a little dizzying, to be honest. I feel just a little dizzy.
Yeah.
Hi. Do you see stuff too?
Little poopies.
That's so cute. Look at those tails.
Don't know what you're feeling.
I am feeling I feel weird. I feel dizzy almost. It's like a dizzying feeling. I feel like planting something in the far corner might be nice, something floral and sweet smelling, like some sort of flowering bush, something that might attract like hummingbirds or butterflies. I think that would be positive. That would be an energy lifter. So something's not too aggressive. Maybe, I don't see, it's sunny over there. I wonder if like a butterfly bush would work. Something, colorful, just pretty over there that helps the animals, like the natural birds and stuff and butterflies would be a good idea. Definitely find a place for out and about here somewhere for some sort of particular gift of fruit to them. I really think that's important.
Okay. You said cherry or peach?
Yeah. This was as a, I don't even want to say it in front of the kids. This was as a result of something. Somebody died really, really traumatically. Very close to here. I don't quite know where, but this was something very traumatic.
How long ago?
I could just feel the fear and the anger. I'm feeling sharp pain in my arms. My arms hurt really bad. It's really like sharp. It's very, very fear-inducing. Very fear-inducing. I almost see it, like it's happening. It's not quite light yet, so it's either like deep sunset going like almost into night, or it's like right before daybreak. So this is something that happened, like a surprise thing, and then it caused a lot of trauma. I just wish I could really get a beat on it, but it makes you feel trapped and like you want to run. There's a lot of heavy anxiety that you just want to bolt. And this thing, it's coming like out and under, and then it like comes up and does these things. Like, it's really weird with these arms and these, it's very odd imagery for me. It's like these tendrils of, I don't even know how to explain it, but it does look like a praying mantis. Usually those are good luck. So I'm a little confused. I think it could be negotiated with. I don't feel like it's something that we can't fix. I think that it has something to be negotiated with. The energies inside are all human, and I think they're mostly either friendly, attached to them, or Native American based a little bit too. There's some Native American basis. There's definitely that lady with her 2 children, the Native woman. All right, where should we wander? Where do we continue?
Yeah, what are you feeling?
I don't have words for it yet.
Do you feel like we're getting closer to the elemental out here?
Maybe.
We're sort of in the horse pasture.
I think it hides out, but it takes over the whole space, I think. But I feel like it, hides over here somewhere. So watch out for a horse and stuff. There's patties and things.
Watch out for the horse presence. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm familiar. Maybe I should have worn my boots today.
This used to be railroad track.
Oh.
So right now, you're on T-Bob. Those were railroad tracks.
Matt, you too.
Yeah, the railroad used to go there.
No kidding.
Yeah, this is an old rail spur.
You can see where the rails used to be. It's really cool.
hopefully.
Yeah, railroad spikes. That's cool.
Well, that'll carry some energy.
Well, solid iron, so yeah.
This is weird. There's like this weird thing where I feel like something hides over here. Like, especially in the darkness, like something like hides over in here. Sense of a little anxiety almost.
Now, was this a siding or on the railroad, or was this a main line?
No, this was a main line coming out of Culver Cement.
All right.
All the asbestos on the concrete.
Well, that means it's probably got some history. Anything having to do with the railroad in California pretty much does.
Somebody got their throat slit.
Is that part of the blood you're saying?
That's one problem.
Now,
That is not the only problem.
Is this recent or is this older?
This is turn of the century.
Okay.
Like, you know, wow. Before we had some technology. But yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah, there is definitely something that lurks in the trees at night. It's a bit creepy.
Well, you know how I was explaining how the rail, terminated in Marysville before they would offload that for the Trans-Sierra Highway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that makes sense. That would have gone right through here on its way to Marysville from San Francisco.
Okay then.
Probably multiple lines, but
Something's weird over here. I just can't put my finger on it. Just don't get it. I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know what I'm seeing. It's driving me nuts. Strange space that I can't quite put my finger on. Definitely messes with the animals.
yeah. I'm gonna go
I don't roll.
tumbling backwards. Yeah.
You are gonna tumble. So let's go ahead and cut for a minute and regroup.
All right, you got it.
So we did pretty extensive walkthrough indoors and outdoors because I do feel there's a lot of energy kind of in both spaces. I feel a lot of protective energy in here, some Native American energy in here, some people that I think are connected to them in some way, shape, or form. There are some other souls that I've been picking up on. I haven't really kind of dialed them in fully yet, but I think most of them are, again, familial, protective. They're related to them. You know, there's a taller gentleman that seems really, he just seems very, very practical and hardy, kind of stoic and silent, but he seems to be off in the background just cheering everybody on and helping. There's a lot of positivity coming out of him. So overall, besides the souls that I've been feeling so far, ones we've mentioned, and that the land is really throwing me off for sure. There's something really going on with it that I'd kind of like to just get a better understanding of what's happening. So during the validation session, obviously, we mentioned that this is a confidential investigation. The clients will not be on film, but we would like to hear your voice, or at least, and just get your kind of the basics. You want to pare it down to kind of the Reader's Digest version of what made sense and what I picked up on, who are the people I was feeling, what's this energy I'm feeling with the land, any kind of validation you guys might have. We could just kind of go over before we break out some of the meters and try to really nail this down for you. So you can share whatever, what's been going on, what have you been experiencing, and so on and so forth.
Okay, well, what really got us considering maybe we are kind of dealing with some sort of energy going on was the first thing that happened that was very obvious was there was 2 nights in a row Middle of the night, everyone's asleep. Same time, both nights, my youngest would wake up screaming bloody murder, and which is very unusual for her. And at the same moment, Lane would feel pressure on his face, like someone's putting their hand on his face. So that happened 2 nights in a row, and then we saged the house because we were like, well, that was a little rude.
Yes, indeed it was.
But then the past couple weeks, my youngest Blakely has been oddly afraid of bugs, like regular bugs that never used to bother her. Have become a lot more scary. But then she would talk about a bug by her bed, by her window, scared to go to sleep at night, crying, screaming when it was time for bed, saying she wants to sleep with mommy. And then she started talking about the bug bites her arm, bites her head. It's a big bug. So we started to really think maybe it's not what we thought of a bug, but you know, something that
More spiritual.
she was trying to explain with being a little more spiritual.
Okay.
Some of the things that you mentioned that would that rings a bell to me is I actually lost my father to I don't necessarily know the medical word for what happened, but he was bleeding internally, so that would be the stomach pain you were talking
Okay,
about.
because it seemed like it was radiating through this whole region.
It was all, yeah, he was bleeding internally with whatever was going on with him, and that was a couple years ago.
Okay.
So.
I'm sorry for your loss on that, but I'm glad to know that he's okay and still hanging around and helping you.
Which makes sense, being that my kids have talked about him without me even really saying much. It made me kind of feel like he was around, so
yeah,
that would make sense.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad that resonated for you. And then we were talking about the older lady,
Yes, the older lady.
and we were thinking that based on what I was seeing of her, the little short gal, kind of sassy and protective, and you said that was like a grandmotherly figure to you.
It would makes me think that it's possibly my granny.
Okay.
It sounds like her and very fitting to description and how her personality was. She was very sweet and nurturing, but very sassy.
A little spicy on that one. But she seems very helpful, very protective. So to have that addition of those spirits in the space, I mean, that bodes well to whatever else is going on around here. I think there's more than meets the eye. It's not just the elemental, but I think that can draw some things in. I really feel there's a land-based spirit here. I really do. And I could see how that would come across to a little one as some sort of abstract figure. That makes sense to me.
So that scrub oak tree you're saying you're feeling things by, it's exactly where that Miwok medicine woman walked to and said is very angry with white men.
Oh boy.
Come here, honey buns.
Yeah.
Right.
Very, very upset, angry, whatnot. That's why we masticated the whole underside of it, to open it up, put some light in, the whole 9 yards. The horses won't go near it. Refused to go near, well, when we had 3 of them here, refused to go near that tree. If you'll notice, there's a bunch of wood chips there. Nothing's beaded down like the rest of the field or nothing like that.
Oh, wow.
Medicine woman also said it stands at the windows with hallowed eyes, wanting it.
Oh.
That would look like a bug.
And she also
yeah.
And it hates white men.
Yeah, so it's native based. It's a native elemental. Oh, those are hard. Oh, so what did she do to try to appease it?
Sage, salt.
Yeah.
She sat crisscross on the front lawn singing whatever her tongue was.
Yeah.
And to be fair, things have been kind of quiet since then.
Okay, good.
But what else? There's been more. It's just where do I start?
So as far as the land like being so traumatized, it seems like maybe something happened between.
Well, this piece of ground's had a rail line run through it since 1858.
Oh, okay.
And then Calder Cement got it, and Lord tell him what happens with the rail crew. But then Heidelberg bought it, and then they sold out, so they yarded out all the rails and ties.
Okay.
Sold off the ground.
So I feel
The
like there
guy
could be issues here,
The
for
guy
sure.
that you're talking about, just sudden death. Yeah, that guy's name was, I believe it was either Ken Fields or Lee Parks. He was hit by a car on the highway. His wife He died in our room. The wife found his dentures in the backyard about a week later.
Oh my. Yeah, it seemed like a very quick, traumatic, sudden,
Yep.
startling passing. I couldn't breathe.
That was about maybe 15 years ago.
Wow. That is troubling. But that would leave a residual image of that energy and that feeling and that trauma on the space for sure.
The old timer next door, he's 97.
Oh, okay.
He knew him, so yeah, the whole thing just kind of sucked. But he kind of knows more of the history of this place. This used to be a railroad switch out house. They had a water tank on that property where they'd refill on water. They'd switch out here. That's why this house there used to be just this living room and the kitchen. And that was an add-on and an add-on.
Yeah.
And an add-on. So this always had people rolling through it. And so all the old dairyman down the highway would bring all his milk in jugs, just throw it on flat cars to go down and sell in Lockford.
Okay.
So yeah.
That makes a lot of sense why I feel so much busyness and why the land would still be kind of irritable, because it's never been anyone really settled here for long periods of time, and a lot of other energy. And now you guys are making it a home and a good space too, and so that can help. But I really feel like appeasing the land would be part of the healing process of the land, because it really feels like a multitude of people died on the land. It feels like there's been more than one death, like in this
And that's all
space.
I know.
Yeah, that's plenty, and it does explain quite a bit to me why you have these little nuances. I'm glad that you had the medicine woman come out, and that has helped, and hopefully we can add one extra layer of help to that, and just kind of bolster what she's already done. A lot of the stuff I use in my cleansing kit, there is a lot of Native American basis to some of my cleansing techniques, so that will absolutely be a good addition to the overall energy. But I would like to kind of focus in on that for sure. I think we can walk around and take a few readings, or maybe even just do some little bit of baseline, maybe a little bit of structured light sensor. I don't necessarily know we need to rip it wide open and do a spirit box. I know that's a really great piece of technology, but I'm a little hesitant and nervous about it. Unless you really want it, I mean, I'm willing. I can control the session just fine, but it really is direct engagement with the other side, and you've already made some progress in sort of negotiating with the souls. But I'm also willing to try it if you feel like it'll bring some of your energies forward that you want to hear from. I will definitely tailor it to how you guys feel. But most of all, I just want to fix it for you.
Well, the only thing that's concerning was whatever stands outside the windows with no eyes.
Yeah, that's a problem. And that is the elemental.
Yeah.
And so you can't really necessarily get rid of an elemental. You have to find harmony, balance, and peace with it, and appease it to the best of your ability. It's a mischievous, land-based soul. They are part of the earth. I mean, it's not like banishing a demon. It's not like, crossing a spirit over. They live here. They are here. They are of the land. And the more positivity you can put out towards them, and the appeasement, and kind of push them sort of to where you want them on the land, the more balance you can have with them. The fact that it's not coming in the house is good. That makes me happy. That's very positive. So, but elementals are not something you actually get rid of. You strike up a deal. And so I think we want to get that balance with it, so you guys don't have too much more issues. What we'll also probably do as part of this is we'll grid around like the corners of like in the front of your property, and then right towards at the end of the dog area, and that'll kind of make a little bit of a energetic border with these crystals that we basically are going to dig and plant into the ground, and it'll allow a little bit of a bubble over your space, which might give you a little more boundaries, and maybe the thing won't be coming up to the window as easily, in theory. And if you make a little home for it farther out on the land, away from the windows, that might help too. That way it has somewhere. knows is designated, and that you're being respectful, and that it's kind of that meeting in the middle, you know. It's almost easier when it's a ghost that needs to be crossed over. But it's at the same time, we're just in harmony with the land, and you guys love the land, you love animals, you love nature. That's a good energy to put into it, because you do love this space, you do love the land, you love all your creatures that you've got on the land. So that in and of itself means that you care. You're not some, crazy developers trying to put up, a 20-story, apartment complex or something, right here. Like, you're not desecrating the land. You're working it, and you're making it nice, and you're doing, you're making it your home. So that is something that they like. Especially when they're native-based elementals, they get very cranky when people don't pay honor to the land, and they just rip it up in a disrespectful way. So, does that sound like something you guys could probably handle as far as coming to peace with it a little bit, or maybe planting a few things for it, or? It's an interesting case already. But I think we can poke around a little bit and just make sure there's nothing weird that we didn't pick up with my senses. I definitely want some of the meters, because I know you like the nerdy science part too. You appreciate that part, and that is part of what we are and what we do as Spirit is, do the technology as well to have that layered approach to find the best resolution possible. So does that sound good to everybody? And do you guys have anything else to add about what you're feeling, thinking, going through? Anything else that comes to mind?
That was the Cliff Notes version.
All right, perfect. Well, then let's break out some meters and poke around.
Let's do it.
You can come back.
Right?
Took for a ride.
Change spectrums.
Steered both ways, oil circulated. Nope. Up 4 poles.
What made you decide to go with the FLIR first?
I don't know. Just had a vibe.
Yeah, it's in the shed.
Whoa.
Never taken it out of the truck yet. We'll try to spend all the
That's interesting, isn't it? The spots on the floor?
I think that's probably an animal incident.
Yeah, makes sense. That's cool that it picks that up, though.
Oh, I don't want to do that in my mom's house.
Hey, look, we're gonna fire this thing up in there. I didn't know that it did that.
But something just ran at it. I just saw feet.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I saw.
Did not.
I did.
Oh my goodness. I was trained on the screen the whole time, so we'll have to review that video.
So it picks up on, like, basically, it's almost like a black light.
Yeah, that's interesting.
The ghostly toilet.
The ghostly toilet.
Sorry.
Can we be serious, please?
A little levity makes me happy.
I'm sure it does.
That's really weird.
I brought the black light.
Did a doggy have a boo-boo, or like an accident, or is it? Or maybe it's food.
All of these are doggy accidents.
Yeah, well.
And I had to clip that because she said she saw feet running at it. And
But only. See, right? I just saw something else there.
I see your own feet.
No. I mean, like I saw like particle, like small things.
You don't tell me no.
But that's the only.
Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. Where the little spot.
Yeah, that.
Oh, there it was.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Looked like a footprint, very small one.
Should be recording.
That's really weird. No, I'm recording.
So yeah, I would think. Oh, there's another one. I would think that if it was like organic material from from the animals, that the rest of them would light up, but it's not. I'm wondering if is there any piping under there that you might want to check?
Quite possibly.
So, because that could be a leaky pipe.
Hey, Lane, she might have found your leaky pipe.
Because none of the other
Why does he think a pipe is leaking?
He always is having issues with the pipes.
Well, no doggy thingies are coming up. But this is where I think this could be a leaky pipe.
Because this is thermal. It's showing a different thermal signature.
You're close to it.
Over here.
Right there. You're on it.
Right on it.
So what is that?
That feels wet.
Does it smell like something sad?
He broke it up. Oh, because that's with his.
Unless the girls spilled water.
Yeah, that would make a cold.
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would make a cold spot then, because it's a cold spot, and I can't figure out why.
Smells like peroxide.
Somebody spilled peroxide?
Oh, maybe
Did
when
you
you
spill
were
hydrogen
cleaning.
peroxide?
I was cleaning.
Oh, that's probably it.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
We answered it. All right. So, any energies? Just feel free to interact. We're here to help and fall over
No,
toys.
This is a balancing act.
So I know I saw somebody standing over here. Do you protect them? Do you watch them? Just focusing on the windows, since the windows were a place of concern.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all fairly normal. I can even see the warmth of the beams of the house.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But nothing manifesting really at any of these areas.
Couple of blips. But
Yeah, a couple
nothing.
small blips, but nothing huge. No, a couple little
blips again.
but nothing
yeah.
to write home about yet.
No.
So this is good though.
Okay.
This is comforting.
Yeah. There's just a corner in the hallway, and this hallway is giving off sporadic EMF. But
then I said, makes me think of my
right
dad.
here, like we're
Curious.
right here in this corner, we're hitting like 8 to 10 microteslas. Right as I turn to the corner, and I show you I'm holding it flat. So it's not that I'm turning the tri-field or anything like that on its axis. We're staying on the x-axis, and we're hitting 8 to 10 microteslas right on this corner. I asked about wiring in the wall. Doesn't seem to be
A factor.
doesn't really seem to be a factor. But this used to be the exterior wall. This used to be the exit. Like the closer I get to that corner, there it is.
That's so weird.
Cool. That's showing a solid about 5.5 to 5.7 milligauss in that same corner. Negligible RF, negligible static, but 5.5 milligauss. And I can change over to microteslas. It's registering microteslas too. And it doesn't know what it is.
It was a mess.
Normally it'll tell you what the source is. It doesn't know what's causing it.
That's very weird.
So that's pretty interesting.
It's just so hard to see what all the time. I know, I like so many cans.
Interesting.
All right, let's do the elf on this one too.
That's doing about 5 microteslas. It's hitting about 5, 6. So right in the same range of microteslas. So verified by 2 devices. Getting a little bit, yeah. If there's an energy attached to this table, can you make that energy reading spike on this device?
It did.
Make it go up a little higher for me? Maybe past 1? That's hard, huh?
The other numbers are increasing though.
Yeah, I saw that. The static was.
Oh wait! It just went up. You see it? It went to. There was a 5.5.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yes, it did spike. I just saw it on.
On the RF.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, on that bottom.
Yeah.
One. Yes.
Interesting.
It just spiked. You got it on, and you had to have gotten that on film.
Oh, I did. I was pointing right at it.
Unless I'm hallucinating, but I saw it.
Well, now I got 1.9. That was good.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
0.8.
See, it's trying to say I'm not an anomaly. I'm real. Thank you. Are you the great grandfather? Can you just spike something to show that you were the great grandfather? Thank you. Little blip, but that counts.
Give me something significant. Go past 1.
There he did, right there. He did a good job. Thank you.
On the milligauss.
Hey, he's trying. Be appreciative of this man.
0.21. I don't know where that was good.
He's doing everything he can.
On RF, yeah.
Making this guy try to dance. He's not in the mood for dancing. If we get anything good, we'll make sure you guys get a view of it too while he documents. So you guys popped up over here for me before. You want to pop up again? Do you want to come forward? I know that the energy of the great-grandfather is present, but we'll take your picture if you want. But you're not here to be on performance. You're not a circus act. Nothing in the corner. Nobody in the laundry room. I don't, sometimes they don't.
No, sometimes we get skunked.
Sometimes they don't pop up.
We don't control the other side.
I'd like to. That'd be fun. Anybody here?
Pointed at the windows, yeah. Sorry. You want to come forward to let us know that you're here? And
no energy that is not protective can come through this space. Only protective energy is allowed in this space. And nobody.
Okay. You got it.
Right when I started identifying and talking to it. Really?
Blocking this all.
Sorry, I just really needed to.
Can you give us can you interact and give us a wave? That is humanoid as heck. It's not, and it wasn't doing that on the tree before.
It was not. I couldn't get anything to map until I asked it to show up.
And I don't think it would map a tree like that.
I'm just not going to get a good shot on it with the glare. Are you the land-based spirit? Can you indicate that you are by moving slightly to the side for me so I can validate you?
If you could jump off the tree to validate, that would help a lot. I'm waiting out there. If you can keep it more to the left.
It's a little heavy. The thing is it's a land-based entity, so of course it's going to be
on the tree,
around something natural.
Can you do something to show that we're not mapping the tree? That'll work. That'll work. Thank you. And now it's gone.
And it's not remapping it.
And it's not remapping the tree. Move back and forth to see if it'll remap. And no remapping the tree.
Because this is something that could, you could want to debunk this because of where it's located.
Right, I could understand that.
I specifically engaged the elemental, telling it we want to be in peace, we want to be in harmony. They love the land. We want to be, in a good space with it. And it pops up.
And I asked it to do something to show that we're not mapping the tree, and it moved from side to side, jumped off, and disappeared.
Thank you.
So you're not going to get too much better than that.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Doing some sort of little something out here to give it an offering, your little offering idea, right out here would be a good idea.
Move it up and down. Can you move it up and down on the tree?
Yeah, like a little offering, right?
Yeah, it's just not remapping.
In this area particularly would make it really happy.
Yeah, it's not mapping the tree. It's not the tree.
Nope, it's not. It's not the tree. Putting something out here to give it some respect and to say we dedicate this area to you, this is fine, and just give it this area. It wants this, give it to it, make that deal. I think that would be.
He said the animals respect it.
Yeah, they have an agreement. Could probably benefit from following the animals.
Yeah.
Move back to it again. See, and it's just not remapping that. That is not the tree that it was mapping.
No, because it would keep doing it over and over, like it would do a coat rack or a fan or something. It's not remapping there, so that only thing would be is if I try to engage it again and ask it to come back. Then if it came back, that would be something else, like
right, because it's
hey,
clearly
come
not
forward.
mapping the tree. You went off of it, you went up and down, you went sideways. It's just not. It's not mapping the tree, but because it's a tree.
Thank you for interacting with us. We respect you and the land very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And all the ancestors that have come before. We understand.
Do you feel it's the Native American energy?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is pure, hardcore, native elemental. Only positive, loving light energy is welcome in this space. This is a space of children, and only tranquility, harmony, and peace may dwell in this space. This is the space of children and peace. You are not welcome here if you are not of love, if you are not of light, if you are not of healing, if you are not of the angels. You may not dwell in this space. You may not come to these windows. You may not come in this space or anywhere near it. They will respect your part of the land. They will respect you and love you if you respect the children and give them peace, give them tranquility. Only protection and love is welcome here. Nothing harmful is welcome in this space. Nothing dark, nothing malicious, nothing aggressive. Only peace, only love, and only harmony may dwell in this space. If you are not of the light, if you are not of love, you are to move on. If you are from the land is yours, out in the distance. But this small space is theirs, and they ask to be respected with love, with light, and with peace.
Cool.
Yeah, this is good. Definitely feel a little more harmony and balance.
Yeah.
But I will figure them out, get them a little bit of an energy boost, and then I think we'll go from there.
Sounds good.
All right, on to the next.
Yep, on to the next. Good job.